So I'll bring that supplementary item up so we can have a look. And I have put here, feel free to design your own version to suit your own style. So here is the triple R form, and you'll see that the first thing at the top is to note the client's main interests and likes or things to avoid. So you might put a note there. And now we're going to be planning for the activities that we're going to do and the items that we'll need. Not for the speech goal, so this isn't now the R pictures, but this is the other aspects. So the first thing you're planning for is the rapport building or rapport repairs. Try to say that fast. Rapport repairs. So this is where you're going to write what you will do when they first arrive. And it could be that they're going to hold an object or play a game, or you're going to chat about a certain topic. The second one is, how will you reinforce the correct productions? So we know we want them to imitate. We know the speech goal is that we want them to copy the words that begin with like red and rabbit and run. But this second box is referring to what will you do to reinforce the correct productions? Will you stamp the picture? Will you tick the picture? Will you post the picture into a toy post box? What will you do? Will you say good sound? So this is planning for what you'll do and therefore what you'll need. If you want to post the pictures into a post box, well, you'll need to bring along a post box or something that you've made into one. The third one is, what will you do to reward target behaviours? And I've put including trying hard. So a target behaviour for a child might be that they'll finish the task. If you've got a client that only ever does 2 or 3 and then goes, I don't want to do any more, you might say, you know what, today, if we can do all 10 of these, then I'm going to let you play with this little fidget spinner. So now it's not about did they get 10 right or wrong. It's that they tried. It's that they stuck with it. It could be, if you stay at the table for the whole time, then we can play this game. And so you're rewarding the behaviours that are needed for that client to engage. And that might be, oh, you tried so hard today. When I asked you to have a go, you did it. Or when I asked you to listen, you listened. The last one is the final reward at the end of the session, where you've got something to say, look, when we've done all of this, then we're going to build that marble run. So those 4 boxes are going to contain your plan A for how you'll engage the client and run the session. Down the bottom here, it's the same 4 categories. So rapport, reinforcement, reward, final reward. But now these are the contingencies, so that if the first game you bring to build rapport is something they don't like, you had another idea. If it seems like a lot of writing and a lot of planning, it is, but it's just to get you into the flow of it. You might feel you don't need this. For a lot of kids, they're so easygoing, they're going to just do whatever you bring for the first time. So for those kids, you might not need this, but this will be helpful for those kids that are hard to engage. You can also think of this just as a planning sheet for before you go into the session, and you might not want to take it into the session and have it next to you, because once you've done the plan, you might feel quite confident. And it's going to depend on what you already do for your job, because this might actually just seem quite second nature to you. So only use these forms if it's going to be helpful, and feel free to use them in a way that works for your own style and your own prior knowledge and experience. Here's an example, and this will be part of the supplementary item. So I'll leave you to read through that. And then I've done another example of the form using our zone colours. And this was just discussed with you to show that in the rapport building or repairs, Well, this is where we're trying to have the client in the yellow zone. So I've just coded it as yellow. When we're reinforcing the correct productions of speech sounds, this is the green zone that we're working in. Just something quick and easy like a stamp or a sticker or a tick or a high five or a verbal well done. Items and activities to reward target behaviors should be really fun yellow zone type activities. And at the end, it's something yellow, isn't it? And then I've got red here for the contingencies. So if you never dip into the hard zone, if the flow is great, you won't need this bottom section. But if suddenly you've got a client that's irritable or not happy or doesn't want to do the task, then you can come down to the bottom and see what other ideas you had.